I am severely shook. I'm really, really worried. How did we even get here? This is so much worse than I thought it would be, to be honest. But also, we have 3 more episodes to go, and so by the end of the season, by the time they come through all of these knotted plots, things should feel hopefully better. Oh god, I don't even know where to begin. This was such a packed episode. I'm going to start with Lucy and Lord Fallon. So that's a tough one because she ratted herself out and probably implicated her whole family when she did that. On the other hand, she's supposed to be 15 years old, and Lord Fallon kinda gave her drugs. So I would say he took advantage, and I would say he did it on purpose. He knew what he was doing. He's totally taking advantage. He knows that she's green, like she appears to be all like tough and whatnot. Her newfound confidence and all that, but she's still just a baby. Really, like if you consider everything. And he's just exploiting that completely, and yeah, this is bad. This is really bad. Funny thing, I've noticed a lot of people are shipping Lord Fallon and Lucy. He's evil. I mean, he's good looking evil, but he's still evil, who has had a part in raping and murdering girls. Just putting that out there. Oh god, I feel like I'm ruining people's fun. But I mean, those are facts. But I understand like why people ship them, and like no judgment, okay? Just this is fiction, right? This is not based on like real life. But if it makes you feel better, my ship, Lady Harlot, Charlotte and Lady Isabella, there is this rumor going around that one of the plot twists is that Lady Isabella is Charlotte's mother. Which, when I read that, I was so disturbed and so upset. I can't even tell you, because if that's true, then they're basically scraping my ship completely. Like, it just doesn't even exist, which is like the worst thing ever. For me, anyways. So, like, what I'm trying to say is, I still ship them, though, because, I don't know, like, I'm gonna keep shipping them until this is proven to be fact, because just in case it's crap and it's not actually gonna be a thing, which, please don't be a thing. But what I'm trying to say is, like, no judgment, okay? Like, whoever ships who, it's fine. Like, I just have a feeling we're all gonna be screwed anyways, so we're all in this together. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Speaking of that rumor about Lady Isabella being Charlotte's mother, I've been thinking about it, and at first glance it seems like it's something that could be true, in that if they bent over backwards they could make it be true. But I really, really hope it isn't. For 2 reasons. Well, one, because obviously I ship them and I don't want that to go away. I think they have really awesome chemistry, and I really, really like the 2 characters together. And 2, I almost feel like that kind of a plot twist would be almost for like shock tactics. And one of the things that I really love about Harlots is that even though they do have plot twists and they have really complex storylines, they haven't thus far reduced themselves to shock tactics in that way. And I almost feel like if they were to do this, it would be a little bit like that, and so I'm a bit iffy about it. Plus, you know, if that's true, then technically Charlotte slept with her uncle and has been flirting with her mother, and that's just like, let's just not go there. Like, we get enough of that in Game of Thrones. We don't need that in Harlots as well. So yeah, fingers crossed, like this theory is just not gonna be a thing. But it is interesting to note that Lady Isabella has kind of implicated herself by wanting to help Charlotte. Like, that's really good of her. That was really good of her to want to help, and like she did whatever she could. She gave her necklace, she gave whatever money she had, she went down to Greek Street, and there's gonna be hell to pay for her as well. I think when all of that catches up to her, and it's gonna be bad. I just know it. It's gonna be a disaster. I'm still hopeful that Charlotte and Isabella will end up killing the Marquess. That's like my that's my own thing. I just like, this is what I want for them. I want the two of them to team up, kill the brother, the Marquess, the jerk, and Isabella take ownership of all of their inheritance, and then she becomes Charlotte's keeper. Like, can you imagine the power couple those two would be if that were to happen? And Charlotte would just, oh, she would just have it so good. So good! I think this is what should happen. Let's put it out into the universe, please. This is what needs to happen. Okay, anyways, moving on. Violet, Amelia, and Justice Hunt. It's raining gays, man. This is hard. Like, it hurts on like a personal level to see Amelia's character having to make this decision. This is really hard. Like, for a straight person, imagine if your personal safety and security depended on you marrying somebody of the same sex, and you just don't wanna because you're not feeling it. That's kind of where she's at. That's what her situation is, and it freaking sucks. Like, I feel it to my core, and it's hard to watch. But it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And the thing that's really interesting also is that Justice Hunt is not a bad person. He's a bit clueless and a bit up himself. And Violet, well, she's a criminal, but deep down, she's got a good heart. And Amelia is just an angel. So all of these characters, they're not perfect. They're human, and they're doing the best that they can with what they've got. And each one, I suppose, deserves their own happiness and peace in life. So it will be interesting to see how this plays out, especially since Violet is right there. If Amelia marries Justice Hunt, they will be in the same house. Is she going to have an affair with her? Is she going to stop what they've got going on and be an honorable wife to her new husband? Is Justice Hunt going to find out what is going on between them? This could easily just turn into one giant mess, and I'm worried for everyone. And I wonder, like, how Violet's gonna cope with all of that. Like, is she seems to kind of get it, you know? She's seen enough of life to know that Amelia's marriage to Justice Hunt is actually almost like it is beneficial for her. So is she going to encourage her to do that for herself, or is she going to be petty? Well, not petty, I mean, you can understand why she would protest, but like, is she going to object to their marriage? I have a feeling she's going to encourage her and just kind of withstand it, but then at the same time, knowing her, she's probably going to try and get a bit handsy with Amelia when Justice Hunt is not around, which is gonna get them into trouble. At the same time, we don't even know if the marriage is gonna go through. Like, we still have 3 more episodes to go, so anything could happen. But yeah, I am super, super bummed about Cherry being the spy in Emily's house. I mean, Emily had it coming. Like, she's treated her like dirt. Everyone's treating Cherry like dirt, so you can't blame her for what she's doing. That's the thing that I love about this show, is there are so many characters who you love or you hate, and who you love to hate, and who you love to love, and you hate to love, and everything in between. And they're all complex, and they all have reason to do what they're doing. Well, some more than others. Mrs. Quigley, yikes. But for somebody like Cherry, like, I can understand where she's coming from, and it hurts to watch, and I really love the character, but she's gonna stir shit. That's pretty well obvious, and nobody suspects her, and everybody's underestimating her. The only thing that gives me hope is Prince Rosalia's, what's his name? Fuck, what is his name? Oh, Prince Rosalia's, I don't know what, you know who I mean though, right? He's in Mrs. Quigley's house now, and he is Margaret's spy, and that gives me hope that he will be able to go back to Margaret and tell her where Charlotte is and what happened with all of that, and that he's possibly going to prove to be her saving grace or something. This is such a nightmare. Man, I was like sweating during this episode. And lastly, for Emily and Charles, I honestly don't know whether she's playing him with the whole pregnancy thing or if she's being honest. I'm inclined to say she's being honest, but you just never know. Her game could be up there, you know, and she might know how desperate she is in order to protect herself. She might be pulling some big lies. And with Charles questioning her integrity, I wouldn't be surprised if she did do this, if she did lie out of desperation. Let's just hope that the women of Greek Street and Emily's house, they managed to actually continue sticking together, that this union doesn't fall apart, that they managed to stick it out together and beat Mrs. Quigley. It's gonna be hard, especially considering she's sleeping with the Lord Justice. Oh my gosh. This is almost like an impossible war, because everything is against them. They have very little going for them, if you really think about it. They've only got Justice Hunt, and like, he's a little bit useless sometimes. Yeah, that's what I've got at the moment, and oh my god, I can't believe we have to wait another week for the next episode. I'm gonna die. Okay,